Hi there. I'm Dan, by the way, from Hero Softwash. Thank you for selecting the free training. I just wanted to give people something to get them started as a beginner, basically. So I've got this short presentation, pretty much summarizing what I know. So this is great if you've got no idea about soft washing. You want to get into soft washing, but you don't know where to start. You're hearing lots of conflicting information, do's and don'ts. Soft washing is bad. Biocides are bad. Biocides are good. Soft washing is bad. Loads and loads of information. There's plenty of do's and don'ts. There's plenty of training out there as well on the internet, people with courses, and there's definitely plenty of myths as well. So I want to maybe cover as much as I can in a short period of time. So first off, what is soft washing? Soft washing is a combination of sodium hypochlorite, aka bleach, mixed with water, then mixed with a surfactant, which is basically soap. It's just a surfactant is a posh way of explaining what soap is, and basically it just wants to make you add it to make the surfactant a bit more sticky and to stay on a surface for longer. That's the way I like to think about it. So soft washing is a combination of those three components, amongst other different chemicals and stuff. But what we need to know is it's just a combination of those three things. And what it does is it breaks away and sanitizes organic material on exterior hard surfaces. So algae, mold, mildew, lichens, things like that. It can, at different strengths of the solutions, can actually destroy those organic materials. So there are a few different processes that are used to soft wash. So there are a few methods of application, and I think this is where a lot of people get confused once they understand that it's a combination of bleach, water, and soap. So there are different methods. Some people use a pump up sprayer and apply it, which is like the cheapest method. Then, when it comes to commercial applications, people want to be able to apply it faster. So there's something called downstreaming, and there's something using like a 12-volt pump and a proportioning mixing system. So downstreaming is by using a pressure washer with an injector, and as the pressure washer is throwing water out of the pressure washer nozzle, there is a chemical injector which has a feed going into a chemical tank, and the water creates like a siphon and it sucks out chemical and then pushes it through the end of the pressure washer. You might have heard things called an X-jet, and people, in order to apply soft wash solutions, people use a process called downstreaming. The other method is by using a 12-volt pump, and that allows you to apply solutions at a stronger strength compared to downstreaming. And there is actually another way that people like to apply it is by using something called a dosatron, and that relies on water pressure from a tap. So there's actually three methods. So there's downstreaming, 12-volt pump, and using a dosatron, which relies on customers' water pressure from the tap. So yeah, there are three methods, and that's what soft washing is: bleach, water, and soap. So obviously, the main component, the cleaning component of bleach, of soft washing, is bleach. The actual name for what people are using in their soft washing solutions is sodium hypochlorite, and this kills organic growth. So that can kill organic growth, good and bad. So that does mean that if you don't apply soft wash solutions correctly, it will kill your customers' plants. Just the same as incorrectly applying biocides or pesticides around home could kill a customer's plants as well. So there are different protocols that you go through when actually using these chemicals to mitigate the risk of any of these things happening. And there are official government bodies that regulate soft washing, but not just soft washing, other industries that involve chemicals as well. So you have the HSE in the UK, the Health and Safety Executive. They regulate soft washing amongst other industries as well. Like the HSE are a big body in the UK. You've got COPR, which is the Control of Pesticides Regulations. So this is a set of regulations that regulate anything that could be deemed as a pesticide, which soft washing can be, and using biocides can be as well. You've got the REACH, so the Registration, Evaluation, Authorization of Chemicals Regulation. So this is regulating chemicals in the EU and including Ireland. And then you have COSH, which is the Control of Substances Hazardous to Health. So, for instance, if you have soft washing chemicals, you need to have a cost sheet that identifies the product that you are using. So these are all the bodies that regulate things. So the HSE are involved if there's an accident. So if you're doing any soft washing, you want to make sure you have like a risk assessment or a method statement. If you're using pesticides, you can actually get qualifications that by city and guilds that will say that you are safe to handle and use pesticides. Softwash solutions can actually be under those regulations as well. And then you've got your cost sheets. So if you're using certain percentage solutions, you need to have a cost sheet that says I can use this product at a certain solution, or it just identifies what the chemical solution is when used at a certain percentage. Because you're using raw ingredients, bleach, which is typically in the UK at like between 12 and 15%, if that bleach is diluted, it now becomes a different material. So if you're using it at 4%, you need a cost sheet which will represent that solution at 4%. So we'll go into that a little bit more later. So that's about like safety and environment. Sodium hypochlorite, along with biocides, aren't good when they go in the water. So you always want to make sure you're not near waterways. Any of these solutions really just need to be used on their intended surface. So if they're supposed to be applied to a roof or render, make sure they stay on the render. If they're on a driveway, make sure it stays on the driveway and it's not all running into the road. So some official training that you can get. So you can get city and guilds training. Handling hazardous chemicals requires training and experience. Larger companies often require their employees to have undergone internal training before going out on big jobs. So let's say you employ someone called John. It's like, are you just going to let John go out there with a pressure washer and start applying, using high pressure water, and then also start applying chemicals without him going and undergoing training with yourself? So companies will, you'll internally train your people that work for you, but also you might want to put your people, yourself or your employees, through external training from externally regulated training providers like the city and guilds. So what I've included here is a city and guilds training program, which is City and Guilds Level 2 Principles of Safe Handling and Application of Pesticides. So if you feel like you want to get another level of training, because you'll basically will be handling something that's at the level of a pesticide, like how do you handle these chemicals and products safely, you can go through training and get a qualification at the end of it. So you might know how to do the job, you might not, but if you see fit, you can go follow this link. I'll include the link in the email that I send out, and it's the nptc.org.uk, and you can search for this number here, and you can find the training. You'll hit the Find a Centre button, and you'll be able to find your most local training provider, and you can get training, or you can just get the test. So if you feel like you already understand quite a lot about regulations or the actual products themselves, you can just go straight in for the test, or you can get training plus a test. And it's about maybe 150 quid to do this. So there are other training providers out there that do training specifically for soft washing. So, and I think as of this moment, like 2022, it's roughly around 500 quid for specific soft wash training. But this is, do still do your own due diligence. This is a free training, by the way. So, verify all this information yourself. But this is just some of the information I've put together. You can go and do a training that allows you to handle pesticides, and it's going to cost you like 150 quid. And you understand like the safe application of pesticides and safe handling. That's all the information. So another thing that you might have heard when you're going through Softwash YouTube videos, loads of information, you've got the difference between batch mixing and proportioning, or blending, or making your own mixtures. So you've got batch mixing and proportioning. The slowest but cheapest way is by batch mixing. This basically means if you're in the UK, oftentimes people are making soft wash solutions that they put into a backpack, electric backpack, and this is by actually getting the raw ingredient, tipping it in, adding water, and adding soap. Now, this is the slowest but the cheapest way of mixing your soft wash solutions, but it's very manual. You're obviously mixing all of the products like on site, so you're actually mixing raw ingredients on site, and a lot of companies won't allow you to do that. An expensive but convenient way that will mitigate you having to mix chemicals on site is by buying pre-made solutions such as Lightning Cleanse by Ben's Clean or Monty Miracle. So you already have a pre-mixed solution which has bleach and a surfactant in it, and then you dilute it to whatever strength that you need, basically. Cost-effective and affordable option, Clever Wash by Mark Cave at Softwash UK. We've personally been using his products for years in our equipment because we can buy the bleach, we can buy the surfactant or the soap separately, and we can proportion the solutions on the go. So we do like his products, and I've been using them for years. I've never met Mark, but I like his products, and I've always used him, and it's been really convenient that he sells essentially the raw ingredients for you and allows you to get all of the cost sheets that allow you to be compliant, providing you make the solutions at the correct measurements. Now, the fastest way to apply softwash solutions is by using a blend manifold, which is what we sell. So it's a method that we prefer, and it allows you to dial your solutions based on the problem that you're facing. Because it relies on a 12-volt pump rather than the customer's water pressure, as you would use with a dosatron, we think it's a more effective and robust system. But yeah, these are the methods. So you've got batch mixing, which is mixing your own chemicals and then applying them at a already predefined mix. Then you have proportioning, which is the systems that we sell, which allows you to dynamically just change the solutions by turning a dial. The other reason we like this as well is if you have an employee, they don't have to be handling and mixing raw, neat, hazardous cleaning chemicals. They just have to turn dials to predefined locations using a valve. So if they're out on a roof and it's a strong solution that's needed, they turn it to number 4. If it's a solution for like render cleaning, they turn it to number 2. And we find that is we're just mitigating a lot of risk there. So we prefer, and it's faster as well, and we actually think in the long term it's cheaper. We prefer using a blending manifold and a 12-volt pump. But batch mixing works, but it means you've got to handle the chemicals, but it's cheaper, and proportioning is more cost effective. Proportioning is more cost effective in the long term, in our opinion, but it's more expensive upfront because you're going to save a lot of time and it's easier to train as well. So how to mix a soft washing solution using a blending manifold. So we're going to have a video on this coming soon, which will be on YouTube, but essentially this is the blending manifold that I'm highlighting here. I can't use this as a pointer. Hopefully you can see my mouse moving around now. So right here we've got a water valve. In the middle we've got a soap, and then on the right we've got a bleach. Each one of these ends goes into a tank. So we've got a water tank. The middle one, we've got the surfactant or the soap tank. That's the stuff that makes the soft wash sticky. So if you've got a slopey surface, you want more soap. If you've got a flat surface, you need less soap. Then you've got the third one, which is for the sodium hypochlorite, the bleach. Then it goes into what's called a manifold. So this is where all the solutions get mixed, and the solutions are sucked through these different ports using this pump here. So the 12-volt pump is powered by a battery. You turn on the battery and the pump starts sucking through this blend manifold, and depending on how much those valves are open will determine how much solution is pulled through each valve independently. So here we've got the water valve completely open, so it's always going to draw water very easily. Now we have the soap valve. We might open that to a certain percentage, which allows us to draw a little bit of soap. If we need more soap, we open it more. If we want a certain percentage of chemical, we turn the dial to a predefined amount on the dial here. So if we open it fully, we'll get a 6% sodium hypochlorite solution, which is way too much for anything that we generally always need. But we can go between 4% up to, so between 1, 2, 3, and 4%, based just on turning a dial. It's as simple as that. And then everything is powered by a switch here. So you just turn the power on and off. And all you've got to do with a system like this, which is mounted to a plate, is connect it to a battery. So as long as it's connected to a 12-volt battery, and then you put the hoses into the correct tanks, you pretty much have everything to go. And coming out the outside, the outlet of the pump, you just connect this to your hose reel and then you're away, basically. We'll do a video on this coming soon. So this is good for certain applications, but not good for others. This is not very good for low flow rates, but it's great for high flow rates. But we do have another system in the making, which is going to be basically the best of both worlds. So it's great for high flow and great for low flow. But I don't want to go into that too much right now. Okay. Soft washing versus pressure washing, or both. Now, I had to put this definition up here because there's always these, like you see it online, these battles between people that love soft washing and then people that either love or hate pressure washing. And it's really, really interesting. And I just think this, to me, it just reminds me of tribalism. So the definition of tribalism, the behavior and attitudes that stem from strong loyalty to one's own tribe or social group. So you have online with soft washing and pressure washing, you have basically two communities of people. You have people that are I only want to do everything soft wash, which is fair enough, or I want to do everything pressure wash and I don't want to touch soft washing. Uh, our view personally is that you want to basically get the best results, and in our view, you need to use both. So we're not emotionally tied to only doing soft washing or only doing pressure washing. You basically use the best methods that are available to you to be able to do the job effectively and safely, and whichever gives the best results and you can be profitable. So that's where we stand on it. Um, so if you're looking for, this is a beginner's guide, so you're looking for soft washing or pressure washing, our answer to that is you use both. Sometimes you use pressure washing, sometimes you use soft washing, sometimes you use both of them. Not at exactly the same time, but you use them in combination as like a cleaning method to clean the surface. Okay, so a continuation of soft washing versus pressure washing. So like just some examples of how you would use soft washing and pressure washing. So if you had a mossy blocked paved driveway, in our opinion, the best way to get the best results of a clean of a very mossy block paved driveway, the best way to do it is personally to pressure wash it first, and then after soft wash it as a post treatment. So basically, the best way to clean a block paved driveway that's very mossy is by using both. Pressure wash it first and then apply a soft wash solution, and that gives the best results in our experience. Now you have another material, natural sandstone. We find that pressure washing is not ideal because it can be a bit too aggressive to get some of the stains off. But we find soft washing those surfaces gives the best results. So we find that you might want to use your pressure washer for rinsing the patio nice and clean, and then to get the best results, you want to soft wash it. So we think that using both methods in combination with each other delivers the best results. Now, roofs, pressure washing or soft washing. If the roof is really delicate, you don't want to use a pressure washer. But if the roof tiles can handle a pressure washer, it's quite often better to maybe pressure wash the roof at low pressure and then soft wash. And that's just what we found in our experience as well. Some of the disadvantages with soft washing a roof, or things that you need to be mindful of, is that the soft washing solutions, if they're strong and they touch the lead, it can react with the lead and leave like rust marks on the lead, so which is a problem. So you've got to be careful with that. There are remedies to resolve that, but basically you can use both, but you just need more and more experience. So if you're a beginner, maybe stay away from roofs and just get your block paved driveways and things like that under your belt. Now, render cleaning. Do you use a pressure washer to clean render? No. It's too aggressive to clean render, so the best way to clean it is soft washing. So in this scenario, soft washing is the best way to clean render. Painted surfaces. You can rinse them with a pressure washer, but the best way to clean them is with soft washing. So yeah, that's our view. Now, how do you start a soft washing business? My personal view is you need to get educated first. So you need to understand first off, you need to understand what kind of business you're getting into. First off, it's quite physical. Some people make soft washing and pressure washing look really easy, but it's only because they've been doing it for a long time they make it look so easy. When you're starting out, it's hard work. And when you've got all the right equipment, it becomes a lot easier too. So I think education and just getting as much knowledge that you can about a subject before you actually go into it. I'm an engineer, so I'm kind of a little bit like that, analytical. So I find that education is the best way to start. Then I would say you need to get the right equipment to do the job. And then you need to understand the 4 departments that make up your pressure washing business. So this is all part of knowledge, in my opinion. So how to start a pressure washing business? I think you need to have a fundamental understanding of how the business works and basically how all businesses work. And I wish someone had explained this to me. So you essentially have, after you've got educated, after you understand what equipment you need for your business, you need to understand the departments inside the business. So you're going to be doing absolutely everything. You're going to be doing admin because you're going to be scheduling and invoicing jobs. You're going to be doing marketing because you basically got no money when you very first start. You've got to do everything. You're on social media. You're going to be doing the sales. So you're going out, and when customers want work doing, you're going to be giving them quotes in person. And then you're going to be doing the production, which is actually doing the cleaning. So you just need to understand that you're going to be doing everything at the start. So finding customers. If you're starting out, first thing, you want to do work for free for your friends and family. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to get testimonials and reviews, and you're going to get your own marketing pictures. Friends and family are a lot more forgiving if things go wrong. So just do all the practice on your own home and on friends and family and do it for free. Then finding customers, you're going to be on Facebook. You're going to be going into Facebook groups, your local Facebook groups, and you're going to be maybe posting some of your before and after pictures where you're allowed to. And if people are looking for pressure washing, recommend your own company. Ask your family and friends to, if you know anyone that wants pressure washing in Facebook or whatever, make sure you recommend us. You're going to be posting updates on Instagram. You might have a TikTok account, and you want to set up yourself a Google business profile. That's recently changed. So a Google business profile. You can reach out to property management companies and let them know that you're doing pressure washing or soft washing, and you can clean XYZ surface. Contact estate agents. Let them know that you're a pressure washing company and say, look, I can clean homes. If you need someone, contact us. You then got local councils and networking events. So you've got your Chamber of Commerce, BNI, local church and charities. These are great places to meet people. You just need to let people know what you do, basically. Social media setup. First off, create yourself. Don't spend more than 10 minutes on this. Create a logo using a site called canva.com. You can get an account for free. Create a logo. Don't spend more than 10 minutes on it. Set up a Facebook page. So you can have, as long as you've got a Facebook profile, you can set up a page. That takes about half an hour if you're slow, but like half an hour. Then get yourself an Instagram page. Then sign up to TikTok. Then get yourself a YouTube channel. Then go on all the free directory sites, so Yelp, Nextdoor, and register yourself as a business. So this is so customers can find you. And then get yourself a Google business profile. So to get started in your soft washing business, do work for free. Just get started. Do work for free. This is going to sound like cliche now, but continuously learn, implement and test the new things that you're learning. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Figure out how you can help others. And then once you're up and running, you might need to set yourself up on something called a CRM, so you can keep a log of all of your customers. For the time being, every single customer you get, make sure you get, or any contact, make sure you get their phone number, their address, and most importantly, their email address. Always keep this, because as your business becomes more professional, you can upload these into a CRM, a customer relationship manager. And it doesn't seem that important now, but just accept that there might be some things that you don't necessarily know yet, and it's really, really important. So yeah, just get started, have fun, and yeah, get to pressure washing. Follow some channels on YouTube, pick up a pressure washer, pick up some equipment from us, and if you want to get started, reach out to us. Maybe we might offer some other training in the future, but this is pretty much everything for free. So I'm Dan at Hero Softwash. I hope this is helpful. Speak to you soon.